What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Faithful Influence. Where I'm just here to be a positive influence and really encourage you guys to build your faith, build your business, build your dream. Today, we are going to talk all about learning how to trust God in your waiting season, because this is very relevant and very fresh. And so I want to talk about it as I'm living through it, so that when I'm done living through it, I can look back and be like, wow, like that's what it looks like to trust God. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And we are going to start with, the favorite verse, Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and will bring you back from captivity. I will gather you from all the nations and places where I have banished you, declares the Lord, and will bring you back to the place from which I carried you into exile." So I just went all the way down to verse 14. So Jeremiah 29:11 through 14. And I know we used this verse last week, but it's not my fault that this verse keeps being very relevant to everything I'm going through in life. So let's talk about learning how to trust God in your waiting season. And I'm going to share my story. My story is going to act as the lesson for you all. I started my current job about a year ago, and initially everything was great. It was everything I hoped for in my first post-grad college, or it was everything I hoped for in my first post-grad job, right? But as time went on, it just felt like I wouldn't be able to grow in that position. It just felt like I was stifled a little bit. And so I started applying for jobs and things like that. Probably within 6 months, I think I started applying for jobs. And then by the time December came around, I was like, yeah, I need to start actively applying for jobs, because I'm approaching my 1 year and I don't want to be here longer than that. And as I was applying one day, I just got this feeling, or I got this thought. I just can't remember, but it was like 6 months. And I'm like, God, are you telling me I have to wait 6 more months before I can get out of here? And basically he was. So I just kept seeing June. I just kept seeing that 6 months, and I knew then I just had to stay strong and rely on that. So if you didn't know, Samantha and I are coworkers, or were coworkers. And as soon as June rolled around, guess what? Samantha quit. And I was like, God, but you told me 6 months, And I was very happy for her. Don't get it twisted. I was very happy for her, and I'm still so happy for her, because I know she's on to bigger and better things. But I was like, God, you told me 6 months. That's crazy that, she's the first one out of here. Not saying that it mattered who was first, but I wanted to get out too, okay? So I was like, wow, okay. But that happened on June 5th. And I remember telling God, I'm like, June is approaching. June is going to be this weekend, God. If I'm supposed to be quitting this weekend, let me see a specific phrase on specific day, yada, yada, yada. I did not see that phrase on that specific day. I saw the phrase the day before the specific day I had set. And I'm like, I know God, if he would do, not he would do exactly what I said, but he wouldn't cause me to be confused. So I know that wasn't from God, because I couldn't figure out, hey, this is not the date that I asked God to reveal it to me. But should I still go with it? Should I still do it? And it was just too much confusion around it, so I didn't quit. Comes to that Monday, Samantha quits. But I'll let her tell you guys her story and her testimony. This is about, I don't want to take that from her. So Samantha quits on that following Monday, which was June 5th or June 3rd, maybe. She put in her notice. And like I said, I'm like, God, you told me June. When's gonna be my turn? Because I know it's coming. Because you told me June, and I know that your word does not come back void. It does not come back empty. So when is it gonna be my turn? And so I'm crying. I'm crying about it because like I really wanted to get out of there, y'all. Because after Samantha had quit, it was just a series of things that I just did not agree with. I did not like, and yeah, I just knew I had to get out of there. So fast forward, I'm sad. I'm like, God, when am I gonna get out of here? And I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. And I'm asking, I'm like, God, please let me know something soon because I'm losing hope here. I'm losing faith. And so, boom, fast forward to yesterday. I applied to like maybe 2 jobs that I am not even qualified for. They're for clinical lab technician positions. And if you don't know about clinical labs, a lot of the times you need a certification or a license to be in a medical lab or in a clinical lab. And I don't have those certifications, but I do have, the experience, the technical experience that they're looking for. So I went ahead and I decided to go ahead and apply. And next thing I know, I have like they've responded back to me, and I have an interview today now at 1:30, and then like 3 other companies reached out to me because sometimes Indeed will send out your resume and employers can reach out to you. And so like 3 additional companies reached out to me. I talked to one of them and I asked them, or they asked me what my preferred salary was, and I told them. And you know what they said to me, y'all? They said, yeah, that should be no problem. Meanwhile, the current job that I'm at won't do that same thing in order to keep me. Mind you, they just lost an employee. They've just let go a bunch of people, and Samantha and I were basically the only people who did our specific jobs in the company. So a lot of people in our department aren't necessarily trained on the task and the maintenance that we do. So yeah, you would think that they would want to keep their employees, but I was just constantly met with pushback in regards to discussing salary and salary expectations and salary requirements to keep me there. And so it was just such confirmation from God, because it was like, if you really wait and you continue waiting, you continue to be patient, and you really listen to God and what He says, because like, even though sometimes in the moment you're like, I don't know if this is coming from God, I don't know if I'm making this up. And for that, I would say my rule of thumb is, if the thought constantly stays in my head, I'm talking about like at random times, boom, it pops up, or I'm on my way to sleep, boom, it pops up. Like, I know that that's not my thought, it's not coming from me. And that was the same feeling and the same thought process I had when I kept hearing that 6 months in June and 6 months in June. And so I didn't know when in June, obviously. Like I told y'all, I was crying. I was like, God, come on, please get me out of here, please, please. I was crying, I was upset. I had to hit my journal a few times. Like, I was really just trying to figure it out, trying to wait patiently, but I was growing impatient. But God literally delivered. And although I may not have a new job yet, keyword yet, because I'm pretty sure I will very soon, me being obedient and waiting until June. And I kept telling everybody, I gotta wait until June. Literally 3 people can vouch for me. I would call them, but it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I can't. But everybody I talked to, I expressed my dissatisfaction with. I told them, like, even though I'm dissatisfied right now, I can't start applying for jobs until June. And they're like, why June? I said, I just can't. I can't explain it, but I just can't apply until June. And now we're in June. I have like 3 discovery or pre-screening, the first round of interviews, basically, when they give you the phone call, they discuss the opportunity with you, they get to know you a little better. I have 3 of those scheduled today. one at like 10 a.m., one at 11 a.m., one at 1 p.m., and I think I might have another one at 3:30 p.m. So God is blessing me with so many opportunities, and he's blessing me with the opportunity to be able to negotiate my pay because so many companies are interested at this moment. And hopefully I will get to the second round of interviews and everything, which I'm pretty confident because I have God with me. He's already walked before me. I have profound interview skills. I don't know how I got good at interviewing, but and I'm saying this in a very like not cocky way, but a mature way. I just do really well in interviews because I know what I'm talking about and I feel confident in what I'm talking about. So it's easy for me to just talk with people and share my knowledge and tell them what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I hope this story encourages anybody who is in their waiting period, who's looking to quit their job, who's looking to start something new. Consult with God first. Consult with him first. See what he says. See what directions he gives you, what instructions he gives you. And then you have to be patient and you have to be willing to endure for as long as it takes in order for you to get to where you need to go. So that's my story today. Again, I really hope it encourages somebody who is also in their waiting season, because I get it. I know the waiting season is the hardest season to be in, especially when things just keep like piling up, and you just continuously have to just hold your tongue and pray every day at work, or you got to go cry every day. Whatever it is that you have to do to get you through the day, just know that God is with you. He's walking with you, and everything's going to work out. So if you are in that season, I really hope that this video helps. If it does, be sure to just tell your story down in the comments below, because I always we read the comments, we want to know. So share that in the comments below, and don't forget to check out some of our additional links in the comments. We do have some digital products. We have some free and paid digital products, and then we also have the prayer request link that you can find in the description down below. That's everything for today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one.